What is up, guys? Stark here. I am back for another Fate video, and in today's video we're going to be doing something a little bit different, but hopefully it's going to be pretty fun. So anyone who is familiar with college basketball knows that every March they hold a yearly tournament called March Madness, where they put 64 of the best college basketball teams against each other to crown the best overall team for that year. And me being a big fan of college basketball and also a big fan of tournaments in general, I kind of came up with this crazy idea to do something very similar to that for Fate. Now, obviously you can't have Fate characters fight each other because they're not real, but what I'm gonna do is I basically constructed a bracket, and throughout the video I'm gonna post a little bit of a preview for that bracket, and every day I'm gonna have different matchups posted in a different video, and you guys are gonna post who you think are gonna win those matchups in the comments down below. So yeah, it's a pretty simple concept, and you know, I've really been going back and forth over whether or not I should actually go ahead and do this, because it's gonna be a pretty long thing. It's probably gonna take the entire month of March, and it's gonna be a lot of videos to make, but at least in my opinion, this is something that I would generally get really excited for. So hopefully you guys get really excited for it as well and contribute every single day, you know, making your predictions and your picks. So yeah, it's gonna be a big tournament. There's over 300 characters in Fate, and I've included all of them in this tournament. Now, there wasn't really any easy way of making it so that it was an even bracket. So what I ended up having to do was I split up everyone into 8 different groups. And, you know, that's the traditional groups, you know, it's pretty standard there. So you have your Saber bracket, your Archer bracket, your Lancer bracket, and so on and so forth. And then the final bracket is going to be mixed up of all of the extra classes together. So it does kind of work out pretty well since there's 8 different groups that we can put these characters into. And it'll end up being like a 256 person or servant bracket. And every day there'll be a different video with different matches, and you guys just vote for who you think is going to win. And then the winners of those will advance to the next round. So obviously this is a really big like community event where you guys, people watching this video right now, you guys are the ones who make this work or don't work. You know, if people aren't voting, then, you know, this will be a bust. But if we get a lot of people active and a lot of people voting in the comments, and it could turn out to be a pretty cool thing and a pretty big thing. And that's kind of what I'm hoping. You know, I would really like to see this do very well. Not just because I made it, but just because I have like a ridiculous love of tournaments, and I just really want to see who the community thinks is going to be the overall best servant for Fate in 2021. So yeah, the criteria for voting is really simple. You more or less just pick whichever character you want. It could be for whatever reason you want. It could be the character you like more, you know, maybe it's your waifu, whoever you think is a better character in the game itself, whichever character you think would win in an actual fight between the two of them. It doesn't really matter what reason you want to use. Even if we did put it down to like strictly like which character is better in the game, it'll end up being a popularity contest anyway. But that's what I want to see. I want to see which characters you guys think win, and you know, seeing those interesting matchups along the way to get to the finals is probably going to be more interesting than some of the actual like overall winners, because you know, at the end of the day there's only going to be a handful of characters that are really going to be super popular. So I'm really interested to see like which of the lesser matchups you guys vote for some of those characters. So periodically throughout the next couple of days here until we begin on March, I'm going to try and start it on March 2nd. I'm going to be posting like little spoilers for the bracket both on Twitter and on my Discord. All the links to both of those are in the description down below as usual. I am going to post a couple of teasers right here in the video at the end so you guys kind of see what the bracket looks like. But mostly all of the results and the spoilers and the brackets and stuff will be handled on Twitter and Discord. So I'll have a separate channel for that. All that stuff will be on Discord. And then starting tomorrow, I'll be posting the preliminary rounds. So there's not enough characters. Well, there's too many characters. So I said like we can't get that full bracket. And instead of just cutting characters to make it an even bracket, I tried a whole bunch of different scenarios. Like I tried to group like all of the Saber characters, like all the Artorias, into one little group and just pick from one of them. But no matter how I cut it up, I couldn't get that even number. So I just made preliminary brackets. So every day, I think there's 5 of them. So for the next 5 days, I'm going to be posting one, and I want you guys to use those videos as kind of like an experimental round. So any changes you think I should make to the video format or the bracket or whatever, go ahead and post it in the comments there, along with your votes, of course, so I get some sort of feedback. So once the main tournament starts on March 2nd, then I'll be able to have all that information gathered, and I'll be able to maybe make some last second changes to kind of spice it up a little bit. But for now, that is going to be the end of this video. I am a little worried about how this is going to go, but as long as you guys are active and posting like daily in the videos with your votes, then it should be fine. I'm not worried about making the videos. I know it's going to be a lot of videos. I want to say it's probably going to be closer to like 40 videos for the entire month of March. But I'm going to pre-make all of them, well, most of them anyway, and then every day it'll just be the same time. There'll be a video posted every single day. So you guys just come back to the channel at the same time and just make your votes. And maybe check out some other videos on my channel. I don't know. But yeah, spread the word. Let everyone know about this. I want to get as many votes as possible. And for now, that is the end of the video. So I am going to go ahead and post a couple like little mini clips or mini images from the bracket. Now this might not be like the finalized product of how it looks, but for the most part, this is going to be, the bracket's set in stone really. But some of the participants aren't in there yet because they're like the ones that are in the qualifier matches. So depending on who wins that match, they'll be paired up against somebody else. So some of them don't have opponents just yet. But I'm going to show one image from each of the 8 brackets to kind of give you guys a little bit of a spoiler. And like I said, throughout the week I will be posting more on Twitter and Discord. And then eventually I will reveal the final brackets before the actual event starts. So I hope you guys are excited for this. I hope that I'm not the only one who's super excited for this. But for now, that is the end of this video. If you did like it, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I do have the links below to my Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and Discord. So feel free to check those out. And I'll see you guys next time.